we've been able to ask this question to some pretty significant fighters through the podcast, but I wanted to get your opinion on it. If I had, say, like for young kids, age 4 to 12, what would you say is the best tenet of fighting to start them off with? Is it Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Is it kickboxing? I mean, what would you, if you could create your perfect young fighter, what would you start them off with?
All right, this is going to sound crazy, but I would say it's based on the personality. I think that the kids that are more on the aggressive side should do some sort of like karate where the instructors are more stern and teaching them not to go out and use that stuff. The more relaxed and shy kids, I would say jiu-jitsu, because it usually gets them out of their shell and it's really good for self-defense.
And which would you say you were as a younger person?
I was definitely more on the shy side, but I always took care of myself. You know what I mean? I didn't let anybody like pick on me.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I got suspended for the first time for fighting when I was like in 2nd grade or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got into it at school. We all did. I mean,
yeah.
I myself as well. I never got suspended, but there was fighting.
Yeah.
What was, I mean, your instructors at a young age, did they know that this happened? I assume you fought all throughout high school. Did you continue this from 4 all the way until you were a professional? Did you ever stop?
All right, we might dive into the weeds here a little bit, but
please.
Yeah.
I live in the weeds.
Yeah. So I did stop to pursue football, and then that was going great until I turned about 14, 15, and then I just started getting into trouble. Like, I stopped going to school for the most part when I was like 14 years old. I really only have like a freshman year in high school.
Really?
Honest, swear.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so how in the world? How did that come to pass? I mean, okay, so you stopped going to school. You got into some bad habits.
Yeah, definitely bad habits. I'd say the influences around me a little bit. I had a stepdad who he was addicted to methamphetamine.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yeah. And before he left when I was 14, and basically was like, hey man, you got to step it up, and pretty much told me I got to start selling weed. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was a crazy time. And at that same time, my sister was dating like one of the biggest drug dealers in my city. So it was just like all the influences around me were kind of in that direction.
The stage was set for calamity.
Yeah, man. But I've always been like when I was young, I was a good kid. It's just I definitely did
bad circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward. So let's skip out of high school. Did you with only a freshman in high school level education, did you consider college? Did you just entirely just do something? Did you go right into business? How did that happen?
I've always been about the business. I actually kind of paid for a high school diploma. So I got kicked out of my whole school district. Right? I couldn't go to any school in my whole district.
And where was this again?
The Bay Area.
The Bay, okay.
Yeah, in California.
Whoa, you got to do some shit to get kicked out of the Bay Area, man. They're like way liberal out there.
Yeah, man. I was definitely in it to win it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, they kicked me out of the school district, and my mom found this program that would just send packets. And like I said, I not only was I like, drug dealer at the time, but I was also working regular jobs. And I just paid my best friend's girlfriend to do all the work. So they didn't even
schoolwork,
they didn't even know my handwriting or anything, but I paid for like 3 years of high school. This girl did it for like a year and a half, and I got a diploma that way. It was crazy. I never did one little thing.
So when you say you have a high school, you're saying you basically did 1 year of full high school yourself. The other 3 were by this person. Okay,
that's like most people too.
It's true. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. None of us did 100. Well, maybe some of us did, but most of us didn't do 100% of the work that it took to get our degrees, or however far we did end up going. Yeah, it's honestly, it's really hard sometimes to judge. First off, it's a terrible way to judge intelligence in any way, how you end up scoring on your schooling. True. Because there are plenty of people out there that did not excel in an academic community who end up going on to do incredible things. And so it's a hard way to base, what the way I see it, it's It's a way to gauge if they can see if you can finish something.
Yeah.
That's the way that I think modern academics looks at a high school and a college degree. It's like, okay, we just want to know that you can put up with shit and move past it.
Yeah.
But I mean, our father didn't go to college. The world is run by CEOs that did not get higher level degrees.
Seriously.
They end up hiring people that ended up getting higher level degrees.
Seriously.